Hey y'all, it's Sheila. Yep, I've been there. Went to Ulta. Every video that I've talked about my primer, I've called it Benefit, RX, Hangover Helper, and none of y'all have corrected me. Y'all knew I was saying the wrong thing. I got so hung up on calling it Benefit because for years I used Benefit for Professional. Of course, y'all know I'm using Too Faced Hangover Helper RX. That's my go-to primer. That's my favorite primer. That's the primer that works best for me. And I walked into Ulta and I'm in the benefit section and I cannot find my primer. So there was this very handsome young man in there putting makeup on someone. I said, "Where's the Hangover RX?" He said, "Honey, you're in the benefit section. That's Too Faced." I said, so yeah, Too Faced Hangover Helper RX, and they were out of the full size tube. I had to get the, oh, how much is it? It doesn't say. It's like half the size of the big tube. And then I wandered around a little bit, 5-10 minutes, and it seemed like everybody was going home. No, it wasn't closing time. It wasn't. The young man that helped me with the primer went home. Another lady who asked me if I need anything went home. And then I decided that I needed some more Bare Minerals. And I walked up to the Bare Minerals section, and yeah, they've changed all the names. So I was standing there trying to decide what would be the equivalent of the Bare Minerals I've been using in medium beige. And the Bare Minerals girl was busy. She was talking to one of her friends that used to work there. I got all this from this conversation because I stood there 15 minutes. And I'm holding all these different containers, tester containers in my hands. And they're talking about somebody else that works there that obviously wasn't there, and how awful she does makeup and how awful her own makeup looks, and they saw her out in public and she looked like a dog, and on and on and on. So I wandered around until I could find an employee. Very nice young lady. Now keep in mind, the whole time I've been at the Bare Minerals counter area, I am 2 foot from the Bare Minerals girl. So the little girl that I found to help me says, "I'll try and help you color match." I said, "Okay, I really appreciate that. I think one of these 3 may be what I need." "No, I don't think those are right for you." That was a little bit of a red flag. And then she pulls out a sponge, grabs a tester, opens it, and I said, "No, I don't want the matte. I want the original formula." "Well, have you tried the Bare Pro?" "Yes, honey, I've already tried the Bare Pro and I really don't care for it." "Have you tried the blemish?" I said, "I don't really have a blemish problem. I just want the original." So she finally gets out some originals and they're all pink based. I said, "I need one with a yellow undertone because I have a lot of redness under here." "Well, I really like these." "I'm sure with your 22-year-old's flawless skin, you could use just about anything." "I can't." I said, "I really want the original and I really need it in a yellow undertone." Y'all see this big brown spot? Y'all see this big brown spot? And there's another one right here. That's what she picked out for me. And she said, "I'm sorry, I don't work with this makeup a lot except on myself, and I use this one." She said, "Hang on a minute." And she interrupted the conversation between the Bare Minerals girl and the friend about the other employee that works there that is horrible. And she said, I'm having a hard time color matching her. Can you help me? And she goes, I will be with you in a minute. Can you not see I am doing something? I thanked the little girl and I walked over. Hang on, I've got it out of reach. I walked over to the display. Where they had some of the starter kits for the original. And I was reminded of Prime Time. It's Bare Minerals Foundation Primer, and I was reminded that I liked that years ago. So now I have a trial size in backup when I run out of this little bitty tube. And I'm looking at the colors, and so the little lady that had been helping me, the young girl, comes over and says, I think you should get this one, or I think you should get this one. And I said, thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. I'm okay. I didn't want that, or that, or that. I picked up Golden Ivory 07. And it is just a little small, very small container. And I came home and I washed my face and I put that on, and it's a good match. So that's what I'll order. And I'll tell y'all, most of the time I get my Bare Minerals off of eBay for $4 and $5 for the big container. And yes, one of the stores I shop at through eBay already has some of these in the bigger sizes, and I'm going to order some. I just needed to know what color to get. I order quite a few things from this eBay store and have always been satisfied. I'm not afraid to get some of my stuff like this off of eBay. Some of you may be. I have had no problems. It is the true, genuine Bare Minerals, and it works just like Bare Minerals. I buy at Ulta for $28 to $30. So I get it off eBay. Anyway, I got this. It had one of their new brushes in it. This thing is just about useless to me. It's just too little. I've been spoiled by that big It powder brush, and I love it. It did have the mineral veil. It's more of a pinkish tone now. I did put a little of it on. I can't really tell that it did anything. I don't usually use the mineral veil with the Bare Minerals. But as I was walking around, since they have brought in Clinique and Lancome in the nearest Ulta to me, that I won't be going back to. They've taken out 50% of their perfumes. But I noticed they had one of my favorite brand of perfume is Bulgari. I love it. I have several scents in it. I've worn 8 or 9 scents in it, and I love them all. I love them all, but the one that's green tea, I don't like it. And they had this little Bulgari Omnia kit for $30, and I picked up these two. One of them is Omnia Crystalline, and one of them is Omnia Indian Garnet. I have not worn the Indian Garnet before, but I've smelled it, and I do really like it. Then I went back to the hair care products and got this. It's a 10. I've used a lot of It's a 10 styling products and really liked them. This is the Miracle Blow Dry Volumizer. I am going to give this a try and see if it will give me a little lift. I've got helmet hair today, y'all. I sprayed this stuff down good before I left the house. Then I rode out to Marshall's and got another sugar scrub. I like this one even better than the last one I had. Still, I think this one was $3.99. This one is mandarin and bergamot. It smells like you remember those Flintstone cream pops? The ones the orange ones smell like a dreamsicle. That's what this smells like. I love the little oil sheen it leaves, then it later soaks in. It really, I love it. This smell, if you like a citrusy smell, I love it. Then I had stopped by one of those big box stores and pick up a few things. Okay, Pepsi Max. My husband is addicted to Pepsi Max. I had to stop by and get him some Pepsi Max. And I remembered I was out of cotton rounds. I should have gotten those at Ulta, but I forgot. And I picked up these. This is the only brand of cotton rounds this store had. The only. All the bins were empty. White Cloud cotton rounds. Soft, absorbent, lint-free. Let me say that again. Soft, absorbent, lint-free. I used one of these a while ago. Do y'all see the lint sticking up on these things? This is just rubbing them together. I put some of my Obagi toner on this thing, and it literally did this. Those were a big fail. I got lint in my eyes. Had to take my contacts out. And that's what I've been doing today. Oh, when I was at the checkout at Ulta, checking out with my perfume and my It's a 10 and my Bare Minerals starter kit, the little girl goes, these stripes were very prominent then. They had just been applied. I had this big stripe, and this big stripe. I've rubbed them in a little, and I'm going to fix that when I get off of here. She said, did someone test makeup on you? I said, yes. She looked at my box. She said, you didn't get those colors, did you? I said, no. She said, our Bare Minerals girl is usually better than that. I said, your Bare Minerals girl is over there talking about one of your coworkers and didn't have time to wait on me. In fact, the little girl that was helping me asked for assistance, and she said, don't you see I'm busy? I said, honey, it was bad. She's over there trashing one of your coworkers. And I probably won't ever come back in this store. When somebody does a good job, I tell them. I wasn't ugly. I could have been ugly. The little girl standing over there trashing their coworker was totally out of line. She was rude. She was just rude. She has a paying customer standing 2 feet from her, and she won't help that paying customer. Then when another coworker of hers tries to help that customer and needs assistance from her on her line in that store, she wouldn't help. So I'm probably just going to have to drive into Winston-Salem from now on when I want to go to Ulta, or do it like I do it so many times online. I was very disappointed in my Ulta trip today. Very. I could have been ugly with the little girl that dumped the soda on me, but that's just really not my personality. If you're doing a good job, I'll tell you, but an experience like I had today, that's just unacceptable. That was enough of a turnoff for me. I'm not going back in that store. And I'm going now to get rid of my tiger stripes. Can y'all believe that? I'll go to another Ulta. I'm getting off here. I've moaned and bellyached enough about my stripes. I hope y'all are having a great day. Make it a great day. I'm not going to let that Bare Minerals girl at that Ulta store steal my sunshine. Bye now.